Read every day something which is other than your school book. Maybe it's a spiritual book, whether it's a knowledge book, general knowledge book, or you've come across a nice article to read, read. Even if it's one page of reading, get into a habit of reading.
I am an outdoorsy person and I enjoy playing badminton.
Moreover, dancing, yoga, and meditation act as a stress buster for me.
Besides these, I love talking to different people. Reading and learning about new things is one of my favorite pastime hobbies.
My top priorities in my hobbies is chanting, reading Hindi, English and Sanskrit version of Bhagavad Gita, and reading books about great personalities. Whenever I get time, I attend online sessions. I like writing articles or journaling. I am linked with ISKCON, so whenever I get time, I help my mom too. Thank you.
I love to engage myself in drawing and making crafts whenever I am free. Listening to English songs is also one of my hobbies. I love to travel to places which are close to nature. I love reading stories and documentaries on great personalities. And I also love collecting leaves of different shapes and sizes.
Hello everyone, my hobby is drawing and I love to draw. Here are some of my drawings.
I also love public speaking, because of which I have got many prizes, and I also like to code.
I love reading self-development books as it helps me in becoming a better version of myself.
My best preferences and hobbies are reading series of books related to Indian history, reading Indian polity written by Lakshmikant, reading Tirukural, a book of virtues and moral values, reading Thevaram, one of the oldest hymns dedicated to Lord Shiva, and bicycling. Thank you.
My hobby is to paint and draw, and I also like to do cooking and baking and do gardening. I love to do creative work. These are some of my drawings. Thank you.
Jai Dharima आप सब बच्चों को. Jai Dharima to all our audience, very welcome. Ma'am is yet to join us.
Hi there.
Yes. Jai Dharima.
Hello children. Hello Saina. Hello everybody.
Hello,
Good to
ma'am.
see you.
Hello,
Back.
ma'am.
Alfiza is back. Yes?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Hello,
Good.
ma'am.
Good.
Good
We
evening.
honor our promise to you that you will get back.
Ji.
Good. Welcome. Welcome Shreya, Alfiza, Shruti, Rinki, Bhavya, and Shashidharan. Yes, Saina, you wanted to say something.
Ji, just so lovely with you on the children. Keep enhancing all your talents. This is very important as you grow up. Don't let go of them. Also, a little announcement. From next week, we will start a special feature on Friday, same time, 5 to 6. That 1 hour, that 1 hour would be kept for ma'am's book, Fearless Governance, and it's for age group 18 to 22. उसका मोटिव है ग्रूमिंग लीडरशिप, द फ्यूचर लीडरशिप. So that starts next Friday, 5 to 6, every alternate Friday. One session will be with the young children, and the other session will be with youngsters. So just wanted to share that with you. And अभी आप अपने unsung hero के बारे में बात करो मम्मी से, and I'll join you before the question and answer session. Okay, I'll get ready. Thank you.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you, Saina. Start with your unsung hero. Go ahead, Shreya. Tell us from your unsung hero, whoever your hero was, what you're learning.
Yes, ma'am, sure. So my unsung hero from my region is Bhakhtar Se. So Bhakhtar Se was born in Navaghar in Reddy block of Gumla district in British India. He was born in Rotia family. He was so called a freedom fighter because he fought a war against the East India Company force in 1812, and he also lost his life on that particular year, and the cause of his death was execution by hanging. It so happened that the Britishers asked the king of Chota Nagpur to pay a tax, and at that time Bhakhtar Se raised his voice and protested against the excessive amount they were asking for, which provoked fight among them. So Bhakhtar Se also killed Ratu Kotyar, Hira Ram, who had come to collect the tax. Then after that, the magistrate of Ramgarh sent an army from Hazaribagh, and on the other side, Bhakhtar Se was ready with his force, which consisted of the farmers of his area, and that battle lasted for 2 days. And at the last, the Britishers got defeated. Then, after a month, E. Refresh sent marched to Navagar with a huge army, and the second battle, lasted for 3 days. And at last, Mundal Singh also died in the battle. So both Mundal Singh and Bhakhtar Se both got arrested, and they were executed on 4th April 1812 in Kolkata. His point was to raise his voice against something going wrong in his society. So, what inspired me about him is that we should raise our voice if we see something undesirable or unwise going in our society, or in whichever field we are working in, without thinking of our own goodwill.
Very well said. If it inspires this, you see, the whole objective of this, you all researching and reading about the unsung heroes, is to remind ourselves how deep the sacrifice was to attain this freedom, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
and to draw inspiration from their lives
Yes,
and always
yes, ma'am.
remain grateful. Thank you, Shreya, for well said and well
Thank you, ma'am.
researched. How did you find him?
Ma'am, when I was supposed to search about the freedom fighter from my region, first of all, I asked my parents. They told me about him because obviously he was an unsung hero, and some information I also got on internet.
Good. Well done. I'm so happy that you took the help of your parents and then they guided you correctly. And our object also is to know the leaders of your region so that you
Yeah.
also proud of the fact that they were right there. Thank you. Thank you. Alfiza, your turn.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my unsung hero is Pradyot Kumar Bhattacharya.
Tell us
Ma'am,
about him.
Yes, ma'am.
Carry
Pradyot
on.
Kumar Bhattacharya was a Bengali revolutionary and activist who was born in Mednapur district of West Bengal. He was a very bright student who secured AIR-1 in matriculation, and he was pursuing mechanical engineering from Midnapur College. He was an innocent and bright teenager, and later on, during his first year in his college, he was enrolled as he signed up for a group named Bengal Volunteers, which was under Subhash Chandra Bose. Then, at that time, there was a magistrate named Sir Douglas, who was a very rude person, and he made barbaric attacks on the defenseless prisoners of that time in India. And the situation of Bengal was getting worse day by day. And this struck Pradyut. He, along with one of his companions from his group, went secretly into the room of Sir Douglas and shot on him on his chest. And as the British officials saw that they have shot him, they just came out of the room and they chased the assassins. Luckily, the group member who went with Pradyot could escape. But Pradyot was caught and he was beaten badly and was blackmailed to tell about the secret revolutionary group, or else he would be killed. But Pradyot didn't reveal anything about the group, as he has more love in his heart for his mother nation, and he thought that his mother nation was everything. The freedom of India was more important to him than his own life. And he was hanged just at the mere age of 20. And he is one of the youngest revolutionaries to be hanged by the British Empire, and will forever remain an inspiration for me and all the other Indian youths.
See how it shows how merciless those Britishers were. The British Raj, how
Yes, ma'am.
merciless. They were hanging youngsters, they were hanging children, literally children. 20-year-old has just crossed the teenage. How merciless they were. And I'm so glad that you children, you girls, you teenagers are researching and identifying such heroes when you are relating with their age also, because after all, they were so close to your age group. How old are you, Alfiza?
Ma'am, I'm 15 years old.
So he was only 5 years older than you. Imagine 5 years old being hung and then fighting for the and sacrificing his life for the country. It was a very rare age. I'm so glad that you children, you teenagers are identifying unsung heroes whom we had. And this is exactly the effort of the entire government of India at the moment also to resurface the past history. You see that? The very fact that our Prime Minister on this day, they unfurled the flag, not unfurled the flag, they, even if they made a hologram of Sardar, of our Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, it was to revive him, people to remember the kind of sacrifices he and his army and his soldiers made for the love of the country. It's a revival. So while we have all these sung heroes all the time, some of the unsung heroes, well, Netaji was a sung hero, but the fact that all of his sacrifices becoming more and more current, more and more known. So this is the whole objective, and I'm so happy to see you teenagers do in the spirit of this country. You are contributing in your own ways. Good. Thank you, Alfiza, that you spoke so well and you already practiced public speaking and then you expressed it that way too. Thank you, Shreya, and thank you, Alfiza. Now let me go to Shruti. Shruti?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to talk about Pandit Ramprasad Bismil. Pandit Ramprasad Bismil was an Indian revolutionary who participated in the Manipur conspiracy of 1918 and the Kakori conspiracy of 1925. And he fought against British rule in India. And his most famous incident was the Kakori train robbery incident, in which uh, he, Pandit Ramprasad Bismil, executed a meticulous plan for looting the government treasury carried in a train at Kakori near Lucknow in Uttar Pradesh. This historical event happened in 9th August, on 9th August 1925 and is known as the Kakori train robbery. Pandit Ramprasad Bismil was also a poet of Hindi and Urdu. I would like to share a famous quote of Pandit Ramprasad Bismil. I believe I will be reborn again to serve my motherland again.
Good. How did you find him, Shruti? Switch on your mic.
When I found him, I first asked about from my parents about him, and then I searched on Google, and from
You searched on the Google. What did you
Yes,
Google?
ma'am.
What
Ma'am,
was the
first
question? Yeah, carry on.
ma'am, I first asked from my parents about the Ram Prasad. First, I asked them about unsung hero of our region.
So your parents guided you. I'm
Yes,
so
ma'am.
happy that you're asking the right questions from the parents. Weren't they surprised you're asking these questions? Were they surprised
Mm,
or were they happy?
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, first they were happy, then they asked why you want to know it. Then I told I want to know more about them.
Mm, very good. I'm so happy that you have these conversations with your parents. Because when you know your history and you understand your roots, you are more nationalistic, you're more rooted for your country. You get more
Yes.
rooted. Yes. All right. Let's go to, thank you, Shruti. And now let's go to Rinki. Before I go to Rinki, Shruti, what's the school name? What's your school name?
Fatima Senior Secondary School.
And Alfiza, what's your school name?
Ma'am, my school name is Sefi Golden Jubilee English Public School.
And Shreya, what's your school name?
Motilal Nehru Public School,
Very
Jamshedpur.
nice. Okay. Now, Rinki, go ahead. Also mention your school name.
I study in Kendriya Vidyalaya SSG CISF Surajpur Greater Noida. My unsung hero is Jhalkari Bai. She was uh, she was born in a Dalit family. She was born in a Dalit family. She was born in a Dalit family. Her mother died when she was of a young age. Her father supported her. Her father taught her horse riding. She was so much good in it that she was selected in the women army of Rani Lakshmi Bai. She also resembled to the face of Rani Lakshmi Bai, which was an advantage in the revolt of 1857. She resembled to the face of Rani Lakshmi Bai. So when the British came to control the Jhansi, she stood in the front line, proclaiming herself as the Rani. The British got fooled by it, and she let Rani Lakshmi Bai leave the fort to help the other peasants in fighting to the British. When British caught her and they get to know that they were fooled, they asked what we should do with her, and then she said, "Hang me." This was the line which inspired me so much that she was she was so sincere to the Rani that not being about herself, she helped with the feature that she resembles the face of Rani Lakshmi Bai.
Look at the kind of fervor, look at the passion, look at the fire within of youngsters of that time when they said we are willing to go to the gallows. You hang us. It is very, very rare. It's very, very rare. That basically means that we should love every single day of our freedom, of our democracy, by being very responsible citizens, remembering our responsibilities towards the country while knowing our rights. It's responsibilities. Very good. Okay, Bhavya, your turn. How did you identify, Rinki? How did you identify your unsung hero?
Ma'am, when was I in class 5th? In Hindi, we were having a poem, Jhansi Ki Rani. Then I
Ah,
was so much into it that I searched about her. I asked to the teachers, I asked to my parents. Then I get to know about Jhalkari Bai. I searched some more. When now I came in our school, there was also, we have to find about unsung heroes. I speak about her, and now here I get the opportunity, so I shared it.
I'm so happy. You see how important our school books are. School books, every chapter has a meaning. So when we read our books carefully and take them to heart and keep them in memory and get inspired, our school books are inspirational. They, if you read them with application of mind. Yes, Rinky? Yeah. Use your books very
Yes,
carefully
ma'am.
and do not keep, you must retain your school books. And when you grow up, if you're taking the UPSC examinations, these books will be very helpful to you because you'll easily be able to remember. And that's all. See, this is general knowledge. It's important general knowledge. Good. Okay, Bhavya, your turn. What is your school in Delhi?
I studied Maxford School, Parwana Road in Delhi, and I'm going to share about Velu Nachiyar, the first Indian queen to take action against the dominant rule of the British, the English East India Company. Velu Nachiyar, born in Ramanathapuram in Tamil Nadu, she was the first Indian queen, as I said, to take action against the dominant rule of the British. And she became the queen of Shiv Ganga at the age of 16. And also, since she didn't have any brothers, so her parents treated her as if gave her the training as if she was a prince. She knew all the things like horse riding to archery, and so like she grew up like a brave woman. And also, the people of Tamil Nadu call her Veer Mangai. Veer Mangai is a Tamil word which means brave woman. This is because like what inspired me about her is that is the hope that she had, and also the initiative that she took. Like the Britishers captured Shiv Ganga once, but Velu Nachar didn't lose her hope. She, along with the help of Hyder Ali and Marathu brothers, formed an army and again took an action to recapture her kingdom, and she finally won that war. So basically, it helped me to know that life is full of ups and downs, and falling is not a problem, but falling and then rising is a great thing. So that's what she told us. And one more thing, that to eradicate the evils or to do something for a good purpose, we or somebody has to take an initiative. Like, we can't just keep waiting up for the opportunity. We should be vigilant enough to take the initiative when it is necessary. So this is what inspired me.
Well
And
done.
one more thing, I also wrote a poem in Hindi on the freedom fighter Velu Nachiyar. So like it's a long poem of around 11 paragraphs, but I could share just 3 to 4 paragraphs now if I get the
Okay,
opportunity.
okay, read the first three paras.
Okay, first three. Yeah, sure. So भारतीय स्वतंत्रता की ये कहानी शामिल थे जिसमें अनेक वीर सेनानी। वेलू नाचियार एक ऐसी वीरांगना अनजानी, अंग्रेजों से लोहा लेने वाली थी पहली रानी। तलवारबाजी, तीरंदाजी और घुड़सवारी में प्रवीण, देशभक्ति का प्रतीक थी वो स्वार्थ विहीन। अंग्रेजी, फ्रेंच, उर्दू, तेलुगु, फारसी और मलयालम की थी ज्ञाता, उनकी वीरता देख स्वयं प्रश्न थे विधाता। ऐसे लोग जो बेटी बेटे में अंतर थे करते, बेटियों को समान दर्जा देने से कतराते, वेलों की महारत के आगे वे सब पानी भरते। जाने क्यों हम इन बेटियों से अनजान है रहते। आइए आपको सुनाए आगे की कहानी। 16 वर्ष में वेलू बन गई शिव गंगा की रानी, ऐसी वीरांगना जिसने कभी हार नहीं मानी। तो अब जाने कैसे देश के खातिर दे दी कुर्बानी। चूड़ियों वाले हाथों में आ गई तलवार जब ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी ने किया प्रहार। पति के निधन की खबर जब पाई, बेटी की सुरक्षा की मुश्किल सामने पाई। विवशता में त्यागना पड़ा राज दरबार, परंतु शेष था उनके हृदय में प्रतिकार। हैदर अली के संरक्षण में तैयार हुई सेना, लक्ष्य था अंग्रेजों को हरा, शिव गंगा को पाना। वेलू
बहुत
ने
अच्छे,
आक्रामक रणनीति अपनाई, अंग्रेजों
बहुत
ने दांतों तले उंगली दबाई। सूझबूझ से किया अंग्रेजों को परास्त, अपने सिंहासन को पुनः किया प्राप्त। ब्रिटिश सरकार को कर पराजित, अपने अद्वितीय वीरता को प्रदर्शित किया। अनेक हिंदुस्तानियों को कर प्रोत्साहित, वीर मंगई का खिताब अपने नाम लिया। स्वतंत्र शिवगंगा पर राज किया, पहली स्त्री जिसने मानव बम तैयार किया। 1796 में कह गई हमें अलविदा, इनके सम्मान में डाक टिकट जारी किया। तुम्हें याद दिलाने आए इनकी कुर्बानी, ऐसी वीरांगनाओं पर भारत को नाज है। आइए गर्व से कहे हम है हिंदुस्तानी, क्योंकि ये हिंदुस्तान के सर का ताज है। धन्यवाद।
All of us, let's clap for her. She's written it herself. भाव्या ने खुद लिखा है। और भाव्या, आपको राइटिंग अच्छी आती है, प्रैक्टिस करते हो अपने आप?
Yes, I love to write poetry in English and Hindi, even creative writings, and I love to talk to different people because I get to know different things. And I believe that whenever I meet somebody, I get to know something new from each and every person I meet.
भाव्या, ये ऑल इंडिया रेडियो में प्रोग्राम चल रहा है वीरांगनाओं पर, आपको ऑल इंडिया रेडियो में you please send a message that they might read your poetry. ऑल इंडिया रेडियो में मॉर्निंग में प्रोग्राम.
Ma'am, how can I contact them? Like, I don't know.
Just go to their website.
All India Radio.
ये ऑल इंडिया रेडियो में सुबह 8 बजे की न्यूज जब भी मौका मिले सुनो, मंडे ट्यूसडे को. और रोज रोज इन्हीं स्टोरीज पर बहुत आ रहा है आजकल. मैं रोज 8 से लेके पूरे 9 बजे तक 1 आवर 8 to 9 पहले हिंदी में न्यूज, फिर 9 बजे फिर इंग्लिश 8:30 to 9. आप जरूर सुनो. अगर स्कूल टाइम उस टाइम अगर हो रहा है नहीं है तो अगर जिस दिन स्कूल उस टाइम नहीं है तो जरूर सुनो. यू विल गेट मोर इंस्पायर्ड एंड देन ऑटोमेटिकली. और वो कोई ना कोई कॉन्ट्रैक्ट देते हैं उसमें. यू गिव कनेक्ट विद द ऑल इंडिया रेडियो. यू मेक द एफर्ट. यू डू द रिसर्च.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
आपकी पोएम वो ले लें. ओके. यस. ऑलराइट. और लिखते जाओ, अपना लिखते जाओ. अपनी वेबसाइट अपने यूट्यूब पर डाल दो. अपना चैनल खोलो.
Yes, I actually have a YouTube channel in which I post videos of my talent or whatever I like.
That's it. That then you already are making it available. You never know what is going to be picked up. So build your own electronic library. And it's called the electronic library. Okay, Shashidharan, where is your school?
Ma'am, I am studying in Sarada Metric Higher Secondary School in Gopchetipalayam, ma'am. My
Where is this
unsung
place?
hero is ma'am in
Where is this
Gopchetipalayam.
place? Yeah, where is this?
Ma'am in Gobi, ma'am. Gopchetipalayam, Erode district, Tamil Nadu.
Erode district, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Very nice. Most welcome. And your school name is?
Ma'am, Sarada Metric Higher Secondary School.
Very nice. And which class are you in?
Ma'am, I am studying in 9th standard.
Right. Okay, Shashidharan, go ahead. Who is your unsung hero?
Ma'am, my unsung hero is Lakshmana Iyer, an anti-caste activist. Ma'am, he was 14 years old. Lakshmana Iyer joined the crowd by hitting the chanting in the streets. Ma'am, Lakshmana Iyer was the son of Devaraj, who migrated from Trichy district in 19th century, settled in Kolapanur. It is not surprising that the third son of Srinivasa Iyer was named Lakshman. He was the way to eradicate caste. Ma'am, Lakshmana Iyer did many things to Gopichetipalayam people. He is against the untouchability. He is a massive personality. Gandhi visited to Tamil Nadu and he was part of launch of the Harisana Seva Samiti for the abolition of untouchability and the advancement of downtrodden. Lakshmana Iyer was one of the greatest personalities identified in Tamil Nadu in this movement, which turned countless youths across the country against the untouchability and the caste. 2 hotels for underprivileged students and Takkar Baba Vidyalaya were started by Lakshmana Iyer father on behalf of the Arijana Seva Sangam started in Gopichetipalayam. The present location was given in 1995 by its secretary Lakshmana Iyer. Once Lakshmana Iyer was fascinated by Gandhiji's attention, raised the voice of many against untouchability. While his father Srinivasa Iyer was organizing a meeting of the hero Satyamurthy in Gopchetipalayam, someone ran up to him and complained about what his 14 years old has done. He that in that age itself he is organizing people against the untouchability. Once Lakshmana Iyer, in the 25 years of age, stood in front of Mahatma Gandhi and asked, "What should I do for this nation?" Before answering, Gandhi asked him about his caste and asked, "What you do as I say?" He replied, "It's my duty. Everything that happened after the chemical change, it was an achievement that should be engraved in golden letters in history. It was not let up in his work until that ambitious man breathed in his last 2011." He said in an interview with a weekly magazine in 2007, he said, "I did. All the interviews we had are nothing I go before the simplicity and sacrifice of Gandhi brother." Lakshmana Iyer did 26 public. He built 26 public wells in Gobi The Dalit people were denied to draw water from them. Lakshmana Iyer approached the High Court, lifted the ban, and bought the rights of all. He obtained the residence of Arundhati in the Pudupalayam colony, now in the center of city. Bhavani received funds from the government to relocate and build houses for those who had lost their homes due to land taken from the people of Canal. Lakshmana Iyer built more than 100 of schools in Gopchettipalayam and the villages around it. One famous school he gave his land. That school's name was Diamond Jubilee Higher Secondary School. Ma'am, I wish to tell this. Ma'am, in that Diamond Jubilee Higher Secondary School, uh, a very famous alumni studied there, ma'am. He is Verghese Kurian, founder of Anand Milk Union Limited. He studied in the Diamond Jubilee Higher Secondary School. It is located in my Gopchettipalayam town, ma'am. Ma'am, then Lakshmana Iyer also he has 6,550 acres of land. He gave all of it to the poor people who had suffered. He has gone 7 years for jail for opposing the British. Ma'am, I learned from him that we should help to the needy people. If many of them suffering around us, we should help them in a needful manner, and we should help them. We should praise them, and we should not isolate them. I learned
So these
from Lakshman Iyer, ma'am.
so you all found your role models. You've all
Yes, ma'am.
found you are all finding your role models, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. You are finding your patriotic role models.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anybody else left? Anybody left? Who's I've not asked? Everybody's had. You all had a turn? Wonderful. All right. Good. Now you all watched 26th January parade?
Yes, ma'am.
You all watched
Yes,
Not
ma'am.
able to watch the complete parade.
You watched it all?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Shreya, tell me, what did you like most out of it?
Teacher, the parade, like they demonstrate different states, their features, and the like art, culture, food, and many things they represent. That's the I think the best part I like about the parade.
The diversity, unity in
Yeah, the
diversity.
diversity of India.
Lovely. So Shreya loved the diversity and the color and the gaiety in it. What did you like, Alfiza?
Ma'am, I liked the state tableaus the most. Like they were so creative, and ma'am, the way the Indian Army represented, like they practiced so much. Like it was really good watching the experience, watching it, ma'am. Ma'am, and the other thing I liked, ma'am, the most important thing which I liked in that, ma'am, was that when the flag was being hosted, like, and everybody was just singing that national anthem, that moment, like, I got goosebumps literally, ma'am. Ma'am, the whole parade was really very nice.
Superb. Good. Rinky, what did you like?
Ma'am, the state taboulés, obviously, and the taboulet of dark Vibhav showing the woman empowerment was which I love. And I also love the theme of this year, Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Yeah, well, lovely. You children are very perceptive. बहुत मजा आया सुनको आपको. Okay, Bhavya, what did you like?
I of course love the state tableaus. They showed unity and diversity. That how the states are so diverse in culture, and they have used their creativity to put up that culture in just a tableau, and it was just so amazing. And of course, the army, the armed forces, they displayed the strength in such a like an organized and uniform way. It looked so nice. And also the theme that's celebrating 75 years of independence. I got to know many facts about India, like how, and also this time I searched like how the tableaus actually got selected, how many rounds are there. So yes, it was amazing.
Good, good, Bhavya. Sachidharan, what did you like?
Ma'am, I like the soldiers who were in the parade, ma'am. Their patriotism I liked very much, ma'am. They are serving to the nation. They are standing in the borders for our protection. So it is increasing the patriotism in my mind, ma'am. This I liked so much in the parade, ma'am.
Very nice. Shruti, what did you like?
Ma'am, I love the creativeness of of, of the people who created who created it, and I love the patriotism of.
Did you see the women's BSF girls what they did?
Yes,
Did you
ma'am.
see the BSF girls
Yes,
on their
ma'am. I
mobile?
love, ma'am. I like,
Huh? Did you see that?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Bhavya. What are you saying something?
Also, one more thing needs to be highlighted that the channels, the news channels and the YouTube channels like Doordarshan TV, all of them have, like, like shown us that Republic Day parade in such a great way. They have telecasted it in such a great way. So this needs to be praised.
Okay. So the telecasts were very good, and the commentaries. Yes. And Saina, what did you like about the parade?
Mommy, I did not get to see it, but I think the spirit of the day itself is very blessed. Our constitution came into effect on that day. So
I
the spirit
deliberately asked you, but as I guessed you must be doing
no,
something more urgent and you must have missed it. You
no,
should not have missed it.
I missed it. Yes.
Sometimes such events should never ever be missed. One must prioritize differently. One must prioritize differently and watch such events. Very, very important, because these are lifetime. This cannot be repeated again. So when you have it you can go to the YouTube, Saina, and watch the program again. You can go to the YouTube channel of the Doordarshan and you can play that. That's a
Sure.
benefit of Doordarshan. The many people who miss the live telecast, they go back to Doordarshan and many channels and you can replay it.
Okay.
Good, please do. It's very nice. It's such event because these leave a great imagery and impact, and also instill patriotic fervor in our minds. As I told you when I saw, you see, and that's what our Prime Minister said. It was women empowerment to the fore. And also, did you watch this? The air power? Yes, yes, Bhavya.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It was the highest, consisting of 75, like
Yes.
the.
It's never been such a big display of air power as it was. Well, it showed to
Ma'am,
the
and
world.
also,
Yes,
ma'am, and also
yes,
there are women in that 75 aeroplanes, ma'am.
exactly, exactly. Now, basically, the message is very clear. India is becoming more and more inclusive. It's all a matter of opportunities. Opportunities are open. You just have to get them. You have to get them and use them, and then multiply them. That's what men and women, young boys and girls are doing, optimally utilizing the opportunities they're getting. Okay, let's go to your questions now. You ask questions, and I will talk about what Saina said in the beginning. What are we doing from next week onwards, and how do you benefit by that? I want you to know the entire book reading, teenagers, alumni, how do they benefit? I'll talk about that later. Now, let's go to the questions. Bhavya, your question.
So I asked the question that how to ensure that people with high knowledge, skill, high integrity, and high honesty are placed in Indian judicial services and Indian police services to deliver justice and for the eradication of corruption.
Bhavya, you know these are very important Union Public Service Commission selections. But the examinations do not get to test your honesty. The value system which is hidden within, you may write very well, you may pass the interview very convincingly. You may be at that stage full of values. But the real test is, do we retain those values? How do we keep those values? The keeping of the values will mean your very strong belief in those values. Supposing when you are selected, you are 24 years old, and you are a person of great character. You're honest, you're punctual, you're very sensitive, you're empathetic, you are very grateful, you are spiritually oriented, all that. But as time goes, and for certain compelling circumstances according to you, you change. You change for certain temptations. So, whether when you were 23, 24, and you got selected, whether you had the character to resist temptations, that is not tested because that only time will test you. Situations will test you. So, if you're strong, you survive, you keep that. But if you are weak, you bend and you change. And then you look back to say, oh, I wasn't like this, but I changed. And I changed because of so and so, or because of certain reasons. Also, you try and justify and rationalize it. So while the system, what I'm saying, I'm answering why you, how you ensure that people with high knowledge, you ensure that those who write well, speak well, communicate well, get qualified. But, but the character gets revealed only at work because you've not been at work. You've not been into certain temptations. And sometimes the temptations are very high. So whether you can resist them, only time tells you. That basically means how deep rooted are your values and how strong the roots are, will you withstand? So how do you ensure is not how the government ensures. System can scare you, make you afraid that if you're caught, you're in trouble. But it is you yourself. It is you yourself who is your own guard and the guardian. So every one of us are our own guard and our own guardian. That is the main thing. Guard and guardian. Guard against and be the guardian to guard. Right? So you're both, you're two in one. You're a guard and a guardian. So that is the only thing which can be ensured. Okay, Bhavya? That's my
Thank
answer.
you, ma'am.
Thank you. Rinki, your question. Rinki.
Ma'am, my question is that your parents supported you in your aim you wanted. So if your parents didn't support you, have you still accomplished your aim or have you dropped it?
It depends on at what age your parents don't support you. When you're a child, you have nothing else but to depend on your parents. Right? When you're a teenager, you are dependent and yet becoming independent because you are your choices of educating yourself, studying for yourself, right? But you are dependent yet independently growing. But at a later stage, so a stage in life comes when you're fully dependent. Second stage comes when you're partially dependent. And then comes when you're independent. Right? Now, if my parents had not supported me in my growing up stages, it's like if they won't send me to the best or won't educate me fully, as a child, how can I? So the child is dependent till a particular age, at least till the before 14 or before almost 16. You're fully dependent. Till the almost 18, you're fully dependent on the parents. But after that, you can find the way if supposing your parents do not support you. Then you start thinking, what do I want to do? How can I earn for myself to earn and support myself? Then you can, because then there are support systems available. There are, if you look for them, if you're lucky to find them, or you mark time and find a way because there are so many scholarships available, NGOs available, opportunities are available if you search for them. But if you do not search for them and only say, oh, my parents could not did and now I give up, it's not like that. Supposing you're 18 and your parents force you to get married, says no, 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 you get married, we got a very good boy, so stop studying. So your parents are not supporting you to study further, right? And a girl is forced to say no, you get married because we have a very good boy and we don't want the girl we want the girl to get married. What can the girl do? the girl can tell the boy that I'm interested in studying. I'm not interested in getting married. This is a compulsion by my parents. If you want to wait, you wait. But I want to study and start working till we marry. So you wait for 3 years till I start working, then I will. So you are accepting your parents' need, but you are also telling the boy in confidence. Now your parents might get very angry with that girl. Why have you done that? You could do that. That's what you could. Now, in that case, supposing the parents say, no, I'm only assuming certain scenarios. I'm only hypothetical, being hypothetical, and this happens with many girls. Then there are some girls' hostels. There, there are ways you start looking for help. If you're determined to find your own feet and not get married off early. So, parents, there are stages when a stage comes when you can think on your own, find your own ways. Maybe you look for friends' help. Some friends may help you. But supposing something still happens, you can still, because you got the fire in you, you can keep it ignited and wait for the opportunity when you can. So when you are fully dependent, you don't have a choice. But when you got your mind on your shoulders and you want to do what you want to do, then you start struggling, and then God helps you. Nature helps you because it starts telling you what to do. And you know what? I've seen opportunities open. Something happens, and you see help coming. So I would say that even when the if so in my case, I think what stage did they the foundational stage, they were 100% I was dependent. After that, when I'm growing up, then I am also independent. And I'm searching for myself, finding my resources, seeing how I can work. Now, supposing my parents were not with, but at another stage, it's not dependence, then it's a support system. In my service, now my family and my parents became a support system for me to work 24 by 7. Then it's a support system. It's not dependence. It is a support system which you are blessed with. Supposing that support system wasn't there, then what do I do? Then you search, then you look, then you pay, and you find. But you don't give up. You carry on. So I think that would be my answer, is to look for, everybody's situation is different. No two situations are, but if you have the power, you see, look at the way you were talking about unsung heroes. They did it, what they wanted to do, they achieved it. And today you're making them sung heroes. You're remembering them because they somehow struggled and achieved what they wanted to achieve. So it's a better to live a life of bravery than to live a life of cowardice and surrender. So this is what I would say, Rinki. Now, Sasidharan, your
Ma'am,
question.
my question I wanted to ask is, ma'am, I am from a poor family. My father does not assist and support me and my mother, ma'am. He is not taking care of me as well as my mother. My mother is the only one who assists me and take care of me. I am a proficiency student in my school, ma'am. Despite of difficult circumstances, hardships and struggles I am facing now, how to pursue and achieve my aim, ma'am? My aim is to become an IPS officer, ma'am, like you.
So are you in a good school?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, and you say that your mommy is supporting you and you are in a good school.
Yes,
I think
yes,
what
ma'am.
is most important, and is your money, school giving you any compensation for paying your fees, or is your mommy earning to give you the fees?
Ma'am, my mummy is earning, ma'am.
Okay. And is she capable of giving you enough money for a school fee, or are you short of that?
I'm sometimes short of that.
Okay. Then you need to tell your school. Your school should be able to give you a lot of concession.
Yes, ma'am.
Your school must, you need to write to the school, request the school to give you concession.
Yes,
This is one
yes,
thing. They could probably treat you as a scholarship student. You can even go back to the school that I'm willing to teach for an hour or two. You can give me a scholarship. That means
yes,
that you can, supposing you are in the 10th standard, and you take a class of standard 1 or 2, or you teach them something interesting, you can request the school treat that as scholarship, so that you
Yes, ma'am.
become self-reliant for your school. So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
must speak to your school teacher. How do you connect with them? You have to have the confidence to go and meet the principal and say, my father does not support my mother, and my mother alone can pay my fee. Can I get some fee concession? And two, I'm willing to, in return, do something for the school by which I can get compensation. You may not get money, but you get school. That's in kind.
Yes, ma'am.
So you should have that. Now, my number two, I would suggest that IPS is very far. Moment you must learn quickly a skill, whatever you like. Go into some skill education, right? And then start earning while skill, and then continue to study for the IPS. So
Yes,
don't
ma'am.
only keep studying for the IPS, because IPS happens or it doesn't happen. What will you do? You need to start earning quickly, because your need is financial also. So I would think that moment you finish with your 12th, along with the 12th, start learning something very nice, maybe data entry, maybe tally, a good IT program. If you can learn alongside, you can start working, and you can earn and pay for yourself. So IPS may happen, may not happen, but you must have a skill in your hand.
Yes, ma'am.
So I would think that you must, whatever is a technical skill, for which there is enough work, then you can start self-earning. As you self-earn, you pay for yourself, earn for yourself, and keep studying. IPS
Yes,
may
ma'am.
happen or not. So, but even your subject's choice should be skill-oriented. It should not be academic, because academically job-oriented. No, self-employment.
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
job should, your skill, pick up subjects of self-employment,
Yes, ma'am.
so that you can, it could be, and let me tell you, nothing is big or small. If you like something, whatever you like, what is the trade you like? Tell me the trade you like,
Ma'am,
any skill you like.
ma'am, writing essays.
Okay, writing is one. Second, any other?
No, ma'am.
See, writing is somebody will have to buy it.
Yes,
Writing will, somebody will have to buy it. They may or may not buy it. But if you can learn a hand skill, any hand skill, maybe technology is a good skill. Are you happy with
yes,
technology?
ma'am.
Then
Yes,
why
ma'am.
don't you learn? Then learn technology. You can learn computer
Yes, ma'am.
hardware. You can learn software.
Yes, ma'am.
If you learn, if you can do a course on computer hardware, there's immediately employment, because you can then become a visitor to correct computers. There's work immediately for hardware, and it's a 1 year course. So
Yes, ma'am.
supposing after the first standard, you do a diploma in computer hardware, you
Yes,
immediately
ma'am.
start earning plenty. Every visit you will earn. So it
Yes,
all
ma'am.
depends on what you like. While you're earning, you can start supporting your mother and also start keep studying. Nothing stops you, because you can do online
Yes, ma'am.
education also today,
Yes, ma'am.
and keep studying for your IPS. No problem. But you,
Yes,
and as you do hardware, you keep improving and improving and improving, and you become a computer engineer.
yes, ma'am.
It leads you to computer engineering. Computer engineering is a skill today, a guaranteed work, because moment you know a skill, you will be needing. You can start a little small little website on your own, service available. People can start calling you, paying you by your visits.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm only suggesting to you, I'm only trying to guess if you like computer. Then computer learning, you can start doing that. You don't have to wait till 12th standard. You can start learning already by YouTubes, by manuals today, which are available on the net.
Yes, ma'am.
But doing a hardware course is very is not difficult at all. But in your district, if there is a computer hardware course, which is 1 year, you can work it out with them. So say, and you can even get a small loan to pay a fee. Today, banks give you a small loan to teach. They will not ask you for any security, and you
Yes,
will
ma'am.
pay back after you start learning, earning.
Yes, ma'am.
So there are ways and means. I would say that as you now start thinking, what is it that I can do as a young boy to earn for myself.
Yes, ma'am.
And which is a skill you know are happy with. You must do that skill only which you like, which you
Yes, ma'am.
want to learn. And that will also help you in your examinations later. So
Yes, ma'am.
computer learning, hardware learning, software learning depends on you. Or running tuitions for children. You can take
Yes, ma'am.
tuitions, you can take classes for the youngsters.
Yes, ma'am.
Start taking tuitions in your in your places. And what is your language? Your and you say writing. What is the language? I think somebody was doing Sanskrit. You said Sanskrit. I think you were doing. Who was
Ma'am?
doing Sanskrit? Rinki was doing. Which is the language? So you can teach language. You can work with children. Take a class with them in the neighborhood. It doesn't matter how much money you get, but you start earning. At least you can earn your
Yes,
own
ma'am.
pocket money. So never feel shy
Yes, ma'am.
of making the effort of earning your own pocket money.
Yes,
Or
ma'am.
very fast work is website management. It's very easy. People are always now quickly looking for website designing, website, and you can start earning straight away. So these are the courses
Yes,
you can do. Website management, maintaining people's website. Today there's a big shortage of who maintains whose website, posting on the website. You can start earning.
yes, ma'am.
So there
Yes,
are
ma'am.
lots of things which can be thought of. You can think about.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Okay,
you.
good. Next, right, welcome. Now, whose turn is it? Shreya, your turn. Shreya,
Yes, ma'am. My question is that how can we develop our reading and writing skills?
is to read what you like. Like, if I don't read novels, but I am very happy with biography, pick up a subject which you like reading. I don't like science, I won't read science. I won't read fiction, I'm not. So it's a question of what you like. But I'm very sort of fond of spiritual reading, or if you're fond of the biographies, right? History, depends,
Yeah.
literature, it all depends. Pick up those subjects. And then writing is a discipline. Reading is a discipline, but read what you like. Secondly, writing is a discipline where you put aside an hour of the day to say, whatever I've read, I will write a one page. I write one page, one page. Gradually, you'll write many pages. It comes by gradually baby steps. It's called baby steps. So baby steps take to pages. Baby steps lead to the journey. Okay, Shreya?
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, Shruti, your turn.
Yes,
Shruti.
ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to ask that what you would like about the school most, and what would you like to see changed?
Well, I think one of the best things I like is it brings you together as friends, and they're friends for life. Today, what you're missing out from school is your friends. You have books, but you don't have friends. You're only not in person. The play, the extracurricular activities which the schools give you. Schools give you books plus extracurricular activities, right? And friends. And you learn from each other, the skills you learn by being with friends. I think that's the best part of the school. What I would like to see changed is you becoming teachers yourself. If I were your teacher, I will never teach you. I will ask you, read it, teach me. I will not teach you. I'll make you your teachers and say, this is the subject for tomorrow. Come back, learned and read, and you will teach me. You understand that? So if you do, I would like this to be changed where children become class 9 teaches class 2, class 10 teaches class 3, class 4. And you do self learning and ask questions in the class rather than being taught. No lecture. No lecture. You ask. You ask questions. And you should be graded by your preparation, which you made in the. This is what I'd like to change. You should be graded not by the number of marks you get by examination, but the questions, kind of questions you ask when you are in the classroom. To me, this self-teaching is the change I would like to see. This way, the way you are at the moment in your web learning today, online today, you have to do your own homework, you have to do your own research, you have to do your own projects. But at the moment, still, you must be getting a lot of help from your parents because you're at home. So, what I'm saying is, I would like to see this change. Now, last but not the least is Said. What's your question, Alice Alfiza? Alfiza, your turn. Again, Alfiza, we lost her again.
We lost her signal.
Again. Poor girl. Poor girl. We brought her this time only to see that she gets it fully. She had such a wonderful, clear internet. My God. Hey, Alfiza is back. She's trying to get back. I hope it all works. Poor girl. This is the second time we brought her back. Okay, Sana, could you share with what you're reading so far in few minutes? Because that's the wrap up. We have already crossed 6 o'clock.
I'll give you a quick takeaway, then we show you a little video we've made, and then we get the kids back because it's about our session for next week. Children, you all used a word called falling and rising. So as long as you keep rising, you keep growing, whatever it takes, keep moving forward. Don't let anything stop you. Deep-rooted values. Values, yes, but deep-rooted, where you are unshakable. Your values are unshakable. No matter what the day brings, no matter what life brings, your values are unshakable. Don't give up, carry on. So never give up, carry on. And Sasi, you're at a very young age, but life is what it is. We accept it. With faith and with prayers, we accept it. And my child, at a young age, I'm saying this to you, become your mother's strength.
Yes, ma'am.
At a very young age, I'm saying this to you. As a mother, I'm saying this to you. You're a good boy. Your voice is very sincere. Your love is very sincere. Your thoughts are very sincere. Your emotions are very sincere.
Yes, ma'am.
Strengthen yourself, my child. Strengthen your mother.
Yes,
She
ma'am.
sees you strengthened, she will get strengthened.
Yes, ma'am.
When you make a resolve to strengthen your mother, you will
Yes, ma'am.
start exploring all the right options. You will start taking all the right decisions.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a resolve, it's not a pressure. Your love for her, your resolve for her will do the magic with God's grace.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
So
you.
make a resolve, yes, make a resolve that your love will strengthen her and your love will strengthen you with God's grace.
Yes.
So move forward with that feeling.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Take care of her, take care of yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay healthy.
Thank you.
Lots of love and blessings to you.
Thank you.
Lots of love and blessings to you.
So can we see the whatever you have in mind?
We see the video. We see the video.
Will the program stop after that? Then I can just say that. Will you come back after that?
Yes, the video and the clip is about your book, and it's a small little clip.
No.
And then
Will the program continue or will the program stop?
The program will continue. You talk to them about the session.
Let's quickly go. It's already we've crossed 5 minutes. Okay, go ahead. Thanks.
Yes, Mommy. You share your
Thank you so much for leading this new venture now. I want to thank you, the entire demonstrative learning team of Shivani Arora, Shakira Scott, Sujata, and all others, Sumit, all of you come together to put this. Now we will, as you very, thank you for putting this together. This little clip has been made from Pooja Lal, who did this together, and Rinki. Both of them have done it. So been a collective work. I want to thank all of you who I've mentioned and thank anybody who's not been mentioned. I owe so much. Now I'm glad we are reaching the book for whom it's written. Fearless Governance is written for grooming leadership, the leadership of the future. So when now we do teenagers, we do these teenagers 13 to 16 every Friday. Now we'll do this alternately. Our children 13 to 16 will be in one Friday, and 16 to 22 will be another Friday. But when 16 to 22 is addressed, these 13 to 16 group can watch. They will get they can watch the program, so that because you will one day come into that group and you're very close to that group. So you will learn from them what they say, what they ask. Just as you ask is good for the below 14, similarly, what they ask and they get heard, it will be good for you. So that it be very, very useful for our entire alumni of our teenagers to listen to that. So yes, next Friday we will be with a group of 18 to 22. Am I right, Sana? 18 to 22?
G, 18 to 22.
Okay. Or 16 above. So we will take it up to age of 22 because they are on the threshold of leadership, whether it's public service, corporate leadership, teaching, any profession. Because like Sasidharan, I'm already telling him how to be a leader, to self-earn for himself. So it will be for you people as alumni. The demonstrative learning team will inform you. You can watch it. You may watch it, listen to these youngsters, and learn from them. But we will be focusing on one chapter at a time. I'll unfold one chapter to explain what is the leadership lesson in that chapter of the book. So we'll chapterize the book, and every alternate Friday, we will be actually sharing. Another thing is that group will get the chapter, soft copy of that chapter. We'll share the soft copy of that chapter so that children come read. Having read the chapter, they can ask questions, and then we can see what are the leadership lessons in that chapter, so that the children may read the book or don't, but read that chapter. And if they want to continue reading with me, then alternate Fridays, people can join, students can join and go to the next chapter. This is what we'll do. We'll try, because the whole book has been written for this purpose, that we benefit the youth of this country to make better leaders, public servants, or corporate leaders, or any other way. So it's all for you, teenagers and the youth. I want to thank the team of demonstrative learning for putting it together. Thank you, Saina. We crossed 10 minutes, but it was worth it today.
Thank you. Thank you. We see you next Friday. हमारी audiences को बहुत बहुत प्यार और शुक्रिया. Stay safe and healthy. बच्चों, lots of love. Stay safe and healthy. खुश रहो. जय धारी माँ. And
thank you. Thank you. Jai Dhari Ma.
आगे बढ़ो.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Rinki and Bhavya and Sasidharan. And thank you, Saina, and your team. Thank you.
Lots of love to you. Lots of love. Jai Dhari Ma. Bless you.
Republic Day is celebrated every year on 26th January to celebrate the unique day on which our Constitution of India came into play. People all across the country gather together and celebrate this unique day together, which symbolizes the unique feature of India, unity in diversity.
Republic Day, celebrated on 26 January every year, signifies the day when the Constitution of India came into effect. On Republic Day, a parade is held in which the paramilitary and the armed forces display the strength of the nation, and also different tableaus from states and union territories represent unity in diversity. The Republic Day commemorates the spirit of independent and individual India.
On 26 January 1950, the Constitution of India was implemented. It consists of 470 articles which are divided into 25 parts, a preamble and 5 appendices. It is amended 104 times with a total expenditure of rupees 6.4 million. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar played a crucial role in the construction of Constitution of India. Constitution of India is the longest constitution ever made in the world.
Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman and Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the president of the drafting committee. The Constitution of India has borrowed many of its provisions from various constitutions of the world. The Constitution of India established a federal form of government with parliamentary system. The active principles of state policy promote democracy of economic and social. The Indian democracy established a judiciary system that is integrated and independent.
Patriotism is the love and pride for one's nation to an extent of sacrificing one's life for the betterment of it. A great sense of patriotism was shown by our freedom fighters during the struggle for independence. A person who supports his or her country and is ready to defend it against from his enemies is called a patriot. A true patriot is considered to be the backbone of the country. Patriotism is required for the growth of the nation and works secretly for the development of the country. A drawing is made by me on the occasion of Republic Day.
The word patriotism was derived from a Latin word patria, which means one's country. The love and affection a person has for his country, that is patriotism.